Oh yeah, what's going on, comics fans? This is my comics guy. Today I got a video, kind of a follow-up to my CGC unboxing from the other day. I know we always see those videos on the unboxings, and everybody's like, "Oh, I got these great books. I got these great books." You know, 9.8s here and there, everywhere, but we never see what they actually sell for. So I wanted to make this quick video. I got a bunch of stuff I need to ship out today, so I wanted to make this quick video just to kind of tell you what they sold for, the books that I got out of my last submission, and give you some of my thoughts. These were all, in case you didn't watch the last video, these were all 9.8 pre-screens. I sent in 25 books. 17 of them hit the 9.8 pre-screen, so there was, what does that make it, 8 that didn't. So everything was 9.8. I put them up for auction on eBay. They all sold. It's been a week. I do the 7-day auctions, and so here are the results. I'm gonna also go over what I paid for these and let you know if I made a profit or not. So first book I got here is Thanos 13 second printing. This book I paid cover price for, so it was $3.99. Although I bought it off of eBay, so I think I paid $4.99 for it, honestly. And then I just kind of broke down the grading fees for everything. So $25 for grading. So I was into this book for $29 total, and it sold for $28.31, and that is basically breaking even. All right, next one up is Mortal Hulk #1, Kari Andrews Connecting Virgin variant. This one I paid $10 for. I actually bought the 3 connecting covers. I bought actually 2 sets of the 3, but I paid $30 each for the connecting covers. So that means I paid, basically breaks down to $10 for this book, plus $25 for grading. So I'm into this one for $35. And I got $46 for this one. And then just everything's about, for eBay fees, about $10, or I'm sorry, 10%. So I didn't really figure that into my final totals, but I'm sure you guys can figure that out from there. Now this one I was a little bit disappointed with. Well, actually really disappointed with. I paid $25 for this, plus $25 for grading, and it actually netted me $18.50. So yeah, this is a pretty rare book. There were only 235 made. This error version was 20% of the print run, so there's only like 40 of this book out there in existence. So I don't know. I thought the rarity would be a little better. So anyway, that's what I got for it. So you live and you learn, I guess. Next one up is a little bit disappointing too. DC Year of the Villain #1. This book's been on my channel a few times now. In the DCBS unboxing, it's also been on my CGC unboxing, and now here it is on my How I Did. This one, I learned my lesson on buying ratio variants on DCBS. I paid $80 for this book through DCBS pre-order. Right around the time it came out, it was selling for $50 everywhere, so I figured I'd get it graded to see what happened. But anyway, so I paid $80 plus $25 grading fee, which came out to $115 total. I made $61 on this, so another one, lesson learned. But even if I paid, $50, although I saw some for $40, I probably could have got it. I still would have lost money no matter how it went. I probably should have held on to it for a while, but I'm just trying to flip some of these books, keep the books going, getting new books and selling stuff. Anyway, but the lesson learned is there's always a better deal if you wait, and sometimes you just learn a lesson, and you can't beat yourself up over paying too much for a book, because you're gonna go crazy. Spider-Man Life Story number 3. I was a little surprised at the price I got for this one. Again, not in a good way. It was so I paid $25 for this plus a $25 for greeting. So I'm into this $50. I paid 69, or I sold it for $69. So I did make a little bit of profit there, $19. I just thought this was a little hotter than it turned out to be. So I was kind of, I think another thing that lesson learned is the timing. A couple weeks ago, this book probably would have fetched more, closer to $100, I think. But you know, it was at the graders for a month, so it cooled down a little bit. Next one up, I've got Umbrella Academy number 3. This one, this is the Apocalypse Suite storyline. This one sold for... Oh, this one I paid cover price for back when it came out. So I've had this in my collection for 10 years. And honestly, I don't even count... If I've had a book in my collection for that long, you know, what I paid for it is kind of immaterial. I mean, I've enjoyed this book for 10 years. So the $3 I paid for it when it came out doesn't really mean anything now, to me at least. $25 for grading, so I'm into this $28 total, and this one actually sold for $55. So nice little profit there. Next one up is Umbrella Academy number 4, Apocalypse Suite number 4. First appearance of the White Violin. Again, another one I paid cover price for when it came out. And then the $25 for grading, so $28 total. This one I sold for $57. So again, another nice little profit on there. So the next one I got, this one's actually great. I kind of was hard for me to sell it. I made money off it, but man, this is one of those cases of comic book owners or sellers falling in love with their books. I really wish I sold this for a lot more. But so I bought this in a lot. I bought like 20 or 30 or so X-Men comic books for like $25. So I basically got this book for 50 cents. I obviously added $25 for grading to it, so I was into this book $25.50. And this book sold for, let me look on my list here, $211, $49. So, I mean, you know, 14, 15 bucks off of this, so I cannot complain about that. Again, it's all about not taking a loss, I think. Anyway, next up, West Coast Avengers number 9. This one I paid cover price for, which is $4 now. And this one, again, you add the grading fee to it, $25. So I'm into $29 for this. This one actually sold for $52. So this was a good one here. All right. Another one that didn't do as well as I would have liked, Captain Marvel number 1. This is the Adam Hughes variant, and I don't know why. For some reason, I thought I was getting the Virgin variant when I bought it, but I did not. Anyway, so I paid $25 for this, and the grading fee is $25, so I'm into this for $50. But this one sold for $36.01, so took a bit of a loss there. Let's see. Uncanny X-Men number 222. This is another one I got less than $1 into, $25 for grading. This one sold for $41. So made a little bit of a profit there. All right, so we are at the last one. This one actually, I did the best on. Spider-Man 2099, number 37. It's actually the second appearance of Venom 2099, and if you can't tell by looking at it, it is an Amazing Fantasy number 15 homage cover. Excuse me. This one, I bought a big bunch of Venom themed comic books off of eBay. I had 80 books, and I paid it was over 80. I paid $300 for the set, so I'm into this book about $3 or something like that. I can't remember, but it's like $2 or $3, so I didn't pay a lot for this book. Add the grading fees to it, and we'll just say I paid $30 for it, just to not inflate the profits on it too much. Anyway, so 30, let's say 30 plus 50 or 25 for grading, so we're at $55 total for this book. This one sold for $135.50. I'm not sure, other than the fact that it's a great cover, and there's just not too many that people have graded. But yeah, so I did pretty good on this one. So overall, my total I spent was $552.50, and the total total money sold was $668.82. That's profit of $116.32 minus eBay fees. So after you take out eBay fees, I probably made $50. So that's a lot of work to buy all these books, get them graded, send them into eBay, and only make $50. Now, on the one hand, I mean, I'm in the profit for these books, so I can't really complain. Things like this lot of Spider-Man, or the Venom lot that this Spider-Man 2099 came on, I mean, I made my money on that lot a long time ago. So, I mean, I guess really you could say it's pure profit, except for the grading fees, I guess. But overall, I'm happy. I mean, even though individually some books were losers, other books were winners, I, came out ahead, so that's always a good thing. Now, some of the thoughts I have, I really think that the 25 book pre-screen is probably the way to go, because I've also in the past done pressing. I actually did a little bit better price-wise with those. I wish I made a video on those, but I didn't think of it till after this video. But if I had pressed all these books, I mean, I would have lost money on this. I mean, it probably would have cost me. It would have cost me over $200 to get all these books pressed, including the ones that didn't make the pre-screen. Now, those may have made the pre-screen and changed my profit margins a little bit, but we'll just say on the 17 that I submitted, I would have lost money. Now, the 17 that came back, not submitted, but that passed, I actually kept 3 or 4 of them. So, I mean, my profits could be higher. There was one I kept for myself. There was a couple like die number 1 that I'm kind of holding on to for a little bit while longer, just to see if it maybe increases in value. So, I mean, I still have a little bit of profit. So, it's not all doom and gloom as far as the total submission. I mean, there's actually still profit to be made, whatever I can get for the die number 1. The Detective Comics I kept. I also have a Spawn number 9, the first appearance of Angela that I'm holding on to. And honestly, that's probably another $200 in books. So I probably didn't do quite as poorly as it maybe seems on my overall submissions. But as of right now, about $60 in profit, $50-$60 in profit. Hey, I mean, I'll take that over a loss any day. The other thing is, particularly on the ratio variants. I mean, unless you get a hot ratio variant, it might not be the best idea to get them graded and sell them. Get them as cheap as you can. I mean, really, the only reason I made money off of this stuff is because I paid cover price or got them in lots. So you really got to watch how you buy the comics. Buying stuff at the, peak of the hot period probably isn't the way to go. And then also look at when you sell the books. I mean, I want to keep my cash flow flowing, so I just sell the books as soon as they come in. That might not be the best way to get the maximum profits. I think I'm actually going to try next time. I have another submission at CGC right now. It's not a pre-screen. I sent them in for pressing. There were some older books in there, not moderns. So I think that's the best way to if I'm going to press something, is to submit, bronze, copper, silver age books, golden age, or whatever, and get those graded so you can increase. But as far as pressing moderns, I'm not really sure I see the value in that, unless there's, something like that Batman number 400 that I had that had an obvious defect that could be pressed. I see a lot of times people online are saying, hey, get that pressed and graded, and it's like, getting it pressed or just submitting it, that's the difference possibly between making profit and not making profit. I know it's $10 a book, but overall, I mean, it would have added, like I said, almost $200 to my cost, and I probably, even if I sold those other books that I held back, wouldn't have made money on these. So I'm not saying that pressing is a bad thing. I'm just saying that sometimes it might not be the best idea as far as getting your books graded. So you really need to look at it. Just that blind, hey, get those pressed and graded is not a great piece of advice, let's say. Also, I think I'm going to experiment just with fixed price listings. I don't want to price them crazy, but I know that some of these books are worth a little more than I wound up getting for them. They'll probably sit in my store a little bit longer. Maybe I'll make another video after those. I'll definitely do an unboxing video when my next CGC order comes in. Then I'll make a video, I don't know, like a month later, just to see how those have gone, and I'll give you my thoughts then. But anyway, do me a big favor. If you like the video, give me a like, give me a comment. I really want to see what your guys' thoughts are on pressing, grading, selling books. Let me know. I want to, I'm just trying to build up an eBay store and everything. And I love talking comics in the first place, but I'm also trying to build up an eBay store just to kind of get books flowing, get this hobby to kind of pay for itself. I'm not trying to get rich off it. Hey, and even take a look at my eBay store, My Comics Guy on eBay. I'll have a link in the description. But yeah, let's get the discussion going. Like and subscribe. I'm going to do more videos like this in the future. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.